everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new here, it's lovely to have you and I hope you choose to stick around and subscribe. It's completely free, entirely up to you. It just means I pop up in your subscription boxes every time I upload a new video. I thought we could spend the week together this week. I haven't got much planned, I have to be honest, but why not? I just thought I could share a typical week in my mum life, my boring life, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try and show little bits and bobs throughout the week and just mash it together in one nice vlog for you. So if that is the kind of thing that you like watching, then I hope you enjoy this one. First of all, I am going to take you back to Saturday because we went to the beach and it was just lovely. We got to spend some great family time together. We had a run on the beach, we had chips on the seafront, we went into the arcades, although I didn't film in there because I was too busy putting 2p's in the slots as if they were going out of fashion. We looked around some of the shops. Just, it was such a lovely wholesome day. And then yesterday, as I filmed this, was actually Mother's Day, so we had a nice chilled one yesterday, and yeah, it was just lovely. We went to a car boot sale. I didn't buy anything. Mum bought Nelly a new pram for her dollies, but that's going to be something that she'll have later in the year. It needs a little bit of like reconditioning done to it, but it was a really good price, so I'm happy with that. I had my eye on a certain pram for a while for when she's a little bit bigger, and I just couldn't resist. Like, it was £5 instead of, if I was to buy it brand new, it was like £45. So yeah, I just couldn't resist basically. It was just a lovely weekend. So enjoy these clips and then I will catch up with you again today, which is Monday. Ah, that's a nice cuddle. It is another shell, isn't it? Yeah, I did see that one. Good luck. Next to the world's biggest puddle. But yeah, honestly, there was just so much laughter, so much smiles from the weekend. Today, like I say, is Monday and I need to go and get Nelly up. She has woken up from her nap, although she's laid back down again, which is not good because if she falls asleep, we're in like danger nap zone. But tea is cooking in the slow cooker. We've got smoky bean and pork stew tonight, which I'm very excited about. I did forget to get crusty bread though, so I'm a little bit disappointed on that front, but it'll be just as nice with some veg and stuff anyway, so I'm not too bothered about that. But yeah, I don't really have any plans. We are going swimming tomorrow. I also am going to try and bulk film some content for TikTok over the course of this week as well. So I'll try and show a little behind the scenes of that as well, because I'm back on my TikTok hype. I so far this month have earned £21, I think it is, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, you know, and I could go out and get a job, but realistically right now that doesn't fit in with our family life and what we want parenting and our family to look like, in a sense. I've spoken about it before. I feel quite privileged that I am in the position that I can stay at home with Nelly, even if sometimes she makes me want to tear my hair out. But the fact that I can earn a little bit on TikTok at the same time for basically not doing much, like, it's just, every little helps, you know what I mean? especially in these times. I am aware, obviously, I think you'd be living under a rock if you weren't aware, the current situation as I film this in the Middle East. And I'm not going to really comment on it because it's just heartbreaking how far into like crisis point we've gone. I try not to watch the news too much. I've got the BBC News app, so I keep up to date with any like headlines and stuff like that, but I try not to watch it too much. I can hear the bombers coming and going every day. And to be honest, as somebody that is a lifelong plane spotter, I can't bear to go and have a look. Like, under any normal circumstances, if it was like a training deployment, I would have been up there like a shot, as a lot of people I know are and have been, which, you know, that's completely up to them. But yeah, I can't face going up there, or like not necessarily going up there, but I can't face going to see them. I don't want to film it. I don't want to take photos. It's just like I've had a 360 mind change, I guess you could say, in that sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love planes, but I think what's got to me is the fact that those bombers are taking off not for training, not for, you know, like an war games exercise or anything like that, but instead for killing people. And that's the only way you can realistically say it, because that is their mission, is to kill. Politically wise, I think it's not gone in the right direction. But at the same time, I don't want to go to RAF Fairford to watch these planes being loaded up with bombs, taken off fully loaded, knowing that they're going over to certain places to release their bombs on what could literally be my family setup over there, which, yeah, it just is so heartbreaking. Like, over there is probably a mum, dad and a daughter around Nellie's age that just wants to get on with life. They've created their family. Yes, okay, they might have different beliefs, they might have a different way of life than what I do, but ultimately it's a similar type of thing. And it is just basically a lottery about where you live and who your leader is a lot of the time. So yeah, that is my reasoning, if anyone was wondering, as to why I haven't gone to Fairford, because I just, yeah, it's not something that I agree with, and I think there's been a lot of stupidity surrounding things that have happened at RAF Fairford, within the spotting community and within the tourists, as I always call them, with the press, with all sorts. There's just been some really stupid moments, and I don't want to be a part of it. So yes, I still like planes, but no, this is too real, too raw. Like, no, just no. Anyway, on a brighter note, let's go and wake Nelly up and then see where the rest of the week takes us. Only plan so far is Tuesday, which is obviously tomorrow. Don't know why I said Tuesday. I could have just said tomorrow. But tomorrow we're going swimming in the morning. And Thursday I'm hoping to get to toddler group. I really want to go to stay and play, but Nelly still has this horrible cough, as do I. I can't just say it's Nelly. But when a parent has a cough, they don't really notice it that much. But when your child has a cough and you turn up at somewhere like that, you're like the black sheep. And yeah, it's not very nice at times. I do also want some advice in a minute, but I'm going to get Nelly and then we'll talk about the advice I would quite like if you, well, you don't even have to be a parent, but I just want to know what you would do in a certain situation. You might get some interruptions because I've got Madam here. However, she's emptying all my soaps out at the minute out of a big bag full of Dove soaps, and she's emptying them all out, which is fun. However, the advice I wanted to ask, so after my previous vlog of like spend a few hours with me, the like nostalgia vlog, I'm not opening all those nappies, you'll take them out.
Okay,
Reindeer doesn't need a nappy.
okay, what?
Thank you. I always wanted some nappies. It's like an ad, but it's not an ad. And then you get off the bed. Like, why did we... Backwards. Slide, slide, slide. Whee! Well done. So... Is your trousers up on your knees? You want your trousers done? There's one. There you go. Right, go and find Stickman. So Nellie and Mum got back, and it turned out that whilst they were out, they went to a local play park, and a little boy tried to hit Nellie and then like yanked her hair. Now obviously I wasn't there, so I couldn't do anything. And Mum handled it in the way she handled it, how she saw was best, and you know, that is what it is. She handled it in a nice way, how I would have handled it. So I, you know, no hate on her for that or anything. But I just wondered, how would you handle it? You'll jump in. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Firstly, how would you handle it if it was a situation and that was your child that it was happening to? And also, how would you handle it if it was your child that was doing the hitting and hair pulling? Like, I'd love to know, because there's so many conflicting opinions and whatnot that I'm just intrigued what other people do. So let me know in the comments if you've ever been in that situation, or like what you would do. Because yeah, I'll be honest, it's kind of frightened her a little bit. We went to the park and she was very, very nervous because there was other kids there. So I'm hoping she'll forget about it in time. But you're giving Stickman a kiss and a big hug. Yeah, so I don't know. I doubt it'll have like a lasting effect on her, but there's that cough. But for the moment, you know, I think it's had some effect on her. So yeah, that was kind of what I wanted a bit of advice for. Also, how do you stop the Stickman obsession era? Because it's cute, but my god, I've read this book like 20 times a day for the past 2 months. It's getting a little bit much. You're Stickman, are you? Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the doggy. I'll fetch it and drop it and fetch it and then and fetch it and drop it again. Hello everyone. Bit of a strange angle. Washing in the background as always. It is now Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Yeah, it is Tuesday. I didn't film anything else yesterday. We had a bit of a chilled one. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just cooking tea. So this is going to be a cottage pie. It's mainly full of lentils, I'm not going to lie. I didn't mean to tip so many in, but we're going to roll with it. Our little mini fridge packed up last night because I don't have enough stress going on in my life already. So we had to get everything out because there's a little like mini freezer on the top. So yeah, that was a bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie, because I was hoping to, what's the word, still use it for a little while, but never mind. So I've now got a sauce and fund another one, but it is what it is. And then this morning, woke up late. Well, I didn't wake up late. I woke up early and then I did the stupid thing of not getting out of bed. So then I fell back asleep and then we were late. We had swimming booked this morning, so it was a little bit of a rush to get out the door, but somehow we were earlier than we normally are. And it was really nice, and Nellie actually swam. Not much, but she like kicked her legs and moved her arms, which is the most she's done in ages. The last couple of times she has not wanted to do it at all. So that was nice. I've got the washing drying outside, obviously not this, but I've just got the swimwear because I was worried that it might blow over because it is a bit breezy. I haven't put it on the rotary line, I've put it on like one of these indoor areas, but the garden is literally like caked in mud, brick dust, God knows what else. Like, it just does not look like my garden right now. I can't wait to get the power washer on it, that's for sure. I'm not drawing an owl. What's Miss Rachel doing? One sec.
Okay, look at owl.
Oh, you want it out? Okay. There you go. Go and draw something for Miss Rachel and Mr. Aaron. Yeah, so that was that, and then I've tried to be a little bit productive and film some TikTok videos because that is going quite well at the minute. I can't remember if I've mentioned it, but one of my videos is pretty much just hit, I think it's like 39k, something like that, views, and quite a few people have bought from it as well, so I have made a little bit of money from it, which makes me happy, and it kind of spurs me on to do more. I had a little dip and now I'm back with it, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. But yeah, I am just cooking tea, and then Ash is on his way, well, he's on his way to the post office and then home, but he should be home pretty much soon, so then he can have his shower and whatnot, and then we can have tea because we're hoping it might stay sunny and light enough to maybe go to the PARK for a little bit. So we shall see how that goes. Because I don't know if I said, but we planned on going to Weston. Well, we didn't plan, we went to Weston with the idea of walking along the seafront. Pulled up, I got out the car, Ash got out the car, Nelly was still in her car seat at this point, and the wind blew, I shivered, and we said bugger that and got back in the car. So that was the end of our like walk along the seafront. It was just way too blustery, and it had got dark by that point anyway, so it wouldn't have been as fun. We were hoping to get there for the sunset, but I always forget how long it takes to drive there. It's a bit like Minehead, to be fair. When we went to Minehead at the weekend, like the road is just never ending. But yeah, so that didn't happen, so we went to the toy shop instead, basically. And whilst Nelly didn't get any toys, I did buy her, I'll have to show you when I next go upstairs, but I did buy her a Chico travel high chair thing, which fits onto like your dining chair and things like that. Now obviously we go up and see Ash's family, so we can potentially use it for that. I mean, Nelly loves it. I've had to hide it because she just kept sitting in it, and it was driving me mad because she was just constantly like closing the clasp on it and then saying, open, let me out please. And after like the 20th time I was just like, no, it's going upstairs out the way. But we also bought it so that when we're away in the caravan, there's somewhere that she can actually sit and be contained, because when we did like Midlands, for example, she wasn't moving, like she wasn't walking. If you put her in the chair, she would stay in the chair. And obviously similar for Ria, because yes, she was walking, but she was only just toddling and taking like a few steps. It was mainly like, if you haven't seen the vlog, I mean you may have, but it was mainly take about 6 steps and then stumble and fall over, so it wasn't too bad then. Whereas now it's like blink and you've lost her. So, and that girl has some speed on her. I said it before, but she is Usain Bolt in the making, I swear. So yeah, that is our plan for the day, or like the rest of the day. I say the day, it's like nearly 5 o'clock, but yeah, it should be a nice enjoyable evening. I'm hoping to tire Nelly out doing that she may go to bed slightly earlier, because as I film this the clocks go back, and normally I'm a suck it and kind of see person, but I feel like it's going to be horrendous. And I mean, her bedtime, she goes to bed roughly about 9:30 at the minute, and the thought that she's going to now go to bed at 10:30 is actually killing me, because that's when I go to bed in theory. So yeah, that's that. But I'm going to get this in the oven and then do the dishes, and then I will try my best to show it before I dish it up because it usually looks quite nice. But I always forget, so yeah. That's all right. Right, sit down. 3, 2, 1, go! It is now Wednesday. Nelly has not long gone off with my mum for the morning, which means I can crack on. I need to be productive today. My Wednesdays are the day to be productive. I basically cram as much as I can into Wednesday mornings because the rest of the week is so hit and miss. You don't know what mood Nelly's going to be in. Like, you don't know if you're going to have a horrible night or anything like that. So these couple of hours where I get a little bit of free time at the minute, I am cramming everything into. So I've started off, I've got a nice cup of tea. I've started off writing my TikTok schedule for the next like 2-3 weeks of everything that I want to post on a particular day. And then I've got another list because we all know I love a list of this is my to-do list of the day. So on this side I have everything that I need to get filmed, which will see me through until Monday, which doesn't seem very long considering how many things there is I've got to film. But I'm hoping to try and film 10 videos for each item, so then that will roll over into next week as well, hopefully. And then the other side of the list is my to-do list. So I've got some like simple things and then obviously some larger things, I guess you could say. So I've got to dust the front room. That could do with just a little bit of dust. I can see it needs a little bit of a polish on it. I want it to smell nice. I need to hoover upstairs because the whole saga with the shed, we managed to sort the shed door out, I think. I haven't opened it again since, so I might be wrong. But we managed to get the hoover out and the air out and everything. Well, the area was already out, but I managed to get the hoover out. So I hoovered in here, well, like downstairs yesterday. Just didn't have it in me to do upstairs. So I'm going to do that this morning. And then fingers crossed I can pack it away because the air needs to go away now as well because I won't need that until next week. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed I can get into the shed. So that is that. I have also got to clean the bathroom ideally. It just needs a quick once over. It's not a deep clean. Yes, I need to do that. I just need to check like under the mat and everything as well. So basically, yesterday after the park was a little bit of a write-off. The park was amazing. We had a really lovely time. Nelly was playing like football for a while and then we went in on the swings and stuff. And then I don't know, I wouldn't say she was necessarily overtired, maybe overstimulated, I don't know, but she was hell on earth. Like, I can't describe it any other way. To the point that she basically tipped bucket and bucket loads of water out of the bath. So we told her off and hoiked her out of the bath. She wasn't having a bath. She didn't realistically need a bath. It was more for routine because she'd already had a shower earlier that day. It was just literally to sit in some water and play with some toys as part of her routine, because if she doesn't have her bath, she's like, well, it's not bedtime. And usually wakes up after like 2 hours thinking that it's a nap. So yeah, it was like a complete absolute write-off, sadly. So today is a new day and I'm trying to be a little bit more productive. But like I said, I do need to just check the tiles and things, make sure that there's no like pools of water. I think I got it all up, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me just pause that. I'm watching Narrowboat Life Unlocked at the minute, but he's just talking about the breach that happened over Christmas, so I'd quite like to listen to that. Then I've also got on my list to do a workout because I just keep putting it off. I don't seem to be able to get my mind to click into the fact that that should be just as much a priority as like doing the housework and filming and all these other things that I kind of push higher than myself. But I really do want to lose weight, so, and like tone up and things, so I need to make that more of a priority. Ideally, in an ideal world, I would get up early before Nellie's awake and do a workout. The reality is I'm going to bed so late at the minute that I'm exhausted waking up and just struggling to get out of bed. Although this morning I did get out of bed and I come downstairs and just like had a nice hot cup of tea. I did also try and sort my eye out. I still got the whatever lumps they are. I did try. I did the heated method and then I put the medicine on that I've been given. So we shall see, but yeah, that's why it looks a bit, I can see it's like shining at me. So yeah, I need to do that. I also would like to do my eyebrows. I haven't shaped my eyebrows probably since about September, October, because I've been using the Ordinary Brow Serum. Sorry if you follow me on TikTok and you're fed up of me talking about it, but it is amazing. It's so good. Obviously, like I've said before, I can't use it on my lashes because I don't want to make this worse at the minute. But on the eyebrows, it is honestly like my eyebrows have grown back so much. Don't get me wrong, like there's still bits where there's not as much, but yeah, you can see they just need a bit of tidying up down here. So that is on my list as well. I've got a basket of washing that needs to be packed away. I've got 1,000,001 emails that either need to be replied to, sorted out, or deleted. I need to clean the porch. I'll show you that in a minute what I mean. And then I want to relist things on eBay and on Vinted because that's gone into a bit of a lull. I find this time of the month tends to go in a bit of a lull because I think people are running out of money. However, something happened on my eBay the other day. Well, it happened overnight as well. That hasn't happened in so long. And I had like a bit of a bidding war on something. Normally, everything just has one bid on it and that person gets it. I don't feel like eBay is how it used to be. I remember listing things on eBay and then there being like 5 or 6 people bidding it out and like bumping it up, whereas now it's not like that. So I was quite shocked that one of the items was like that. And funny enough, it was the, I can't think what it's called, but the Bear in the Big Blue House, like green, I don't even know what it was. It looks a bit like a monkey, but I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, it's that's just like going mad. People seem to be really loving the vintage toys. And if I didn't have Nelly, maybe I would have sold more of them. But obviously, they'll become even more vintage one day. So maybe she'll get the money. Who knows? But yeah, so I need to do that. And then, of course, I need to edit and schedule the videos that I'm about to film. So it doesn't seem like lots, but I feel like it's going to take its time. But yeah, best thing to do, I guess, is just to get on with it. So I'm going to finish my cup of tea. I'm just going to listen to the last 5 minutes of this video where he's talking about the breach and then crack on. One thing that I do also need to do before I pack the hoover away is to just hoover out Nellie's high chest. I've left that out at the minute because she had a biscuit in it the other day and there's literally like crumbs everywhere. So I just need to do that as well. Who remembers when I buggered up the porch by trying to get the mould off? Well, as you can see, winter has made it even more mouldy. And it's started to come back on this side as well. We are hoping to put some sealant on the bricks, but we haven't been able to do that until more recently because the weather has been shit. But I am going to try with white vinegar. It's going to make it stinky out here, I know, but somebody said that the white vinegar would work better than the bleach. So I'm going to do that, and then at some point in the next few weeks I'm just going to take the rest of the wallpaper off, give it a good clean, let it dry out, and then maybe put some anti-mold paint on and see if that works. Well, I did the hoovering, I did the dusting, I tidied up. I haven't packed the washing away, but I did clean the bathroom, so we did quite well. And then I thought I'd come out to the porch and just give it a clean up. And it just feels a bit like deja vu because I've decided to get rid of the wallpaper. Talk about impromptu. It did make me laugh because when I used to come back here to my nan's house after school, because she lived near my school, and I used to come in so many times and she'd either be mid-decorating or mid-moving furniture around, and I used to laugh so much. And now I've realised I've turned into her because, yeah, I'll flip the camera around and you can see. Yeah, it kind of created more mess, but it's slowly coming off. I need a hairdryer, really. I have got a, like, wallpaper heat remover thing, but it's somewhere in the shed, and obviously everything's in the shed right now, so I don't know where that's to, so I'm having to do it all with a bit of effort. Right, I've been at it for approximately 2.5 hours. I'm still nowhere near finished. However, I'll flip around and you can see the mess I've made. I've got to tidy all this up, but I'm gonna sit and have a cup of tea first before I start. But yeah, I've managed to get it off of that bit pretty much and most of this bit. I got a bit stuck there because of the light. I didn't want to get it too damp. And then I've just done a couple of like patch test type things because there is a massive, well, there's a massive crack here. There's another one up here. There's some over here. And then down here I've got a massive hole. Fun times. I think I've also got like water or something. There we go, that's better. On my camera. But Nelly is down for a nap. She has been for pretty much like 45 minutes. So I'm going to sit and have something to eat because I haven't actually had anything to eat yet and it is 3:15. So I'm going to sit and have something to eat, rest my back because we are actually meant to be going on a date night tonight. We're only going to the local pub, but yeah, I kind of feel exhausted now. So I'm going to recoup my batteries a little bit, then tidy up, and then it'll be time for Nelly to get up. And then it'll be time for me to get ready and go. So I feel like it's been productive, even if it doesn't necessarily look like it right now. Okay, yeah, let's go. Oh, I ran into the bench. Can you see the fishies? Can you small? You only got a little bit left, look. A bit left. Wow. Now he's got some friends there. Man, did you find Stickman? Give him a kiss. Say I love you, Stickman.
He's waving.
He's waving. You're going to take Stickman home?
No, bye.
That's a sit down, not a jump. I got that on camera, you know. Way! You're jumping.
Was you recording?
No, I wasn't, thankfully. I missed you farting. And stop!
What?
You
Hi.
having fun? You don't
Yeah.
feature much on the vlogs anymore.
I know, I'm not.
You're
I'm
running.
not loved.
You are loved, you're just normally working. Or asleep. Or grumpy.
I'm never.
Or
grumpy.
all of the above.
Hey, well, I definitely put on a bit of timber around the chest, didn't I? There.
Are you enjoying your walk? You're running, are you?
Was you talking to me or? Oh.
Well, I was talking. Oh, is that the horses?
Yes.
Should we go up there? There's a wasp somewhere. I'm not going to get too close to him, but so
Oh,
she
yeah,
can
you
see him.
can do.
She's going to go in that.
Yeah.
Come on, Anne.
Look, go with Dada.
Look.
Oh, we're going to go and see something, but you've got to be very, very quiet.
Look.
He's waving. Hello.
Say hello, horsey.
He's waving.
You're waving at him. He's eating, isn't he?
Mommy.
Here's two down there. Some over there.
We've got one here.
You've got some up there. Here's the one that Mummy used to fit for. Used to see that it's still around.
Oh, I've got one here.
got to be quiet because you don't want to spook the horsey. He's having his tea, isn't he? Say bye-bye, horsey. Enjoy your dinner. We're just off here playing hide and seek, trying to burn someone's energy. I think she may have found me.
Come on, Bert. Come on. No. You can have your stone.
Watch the step. There's a big step there. That's it. I found you. That brings me to the end of this video. I just thought I'd quickly explain the whole stick man in the park thing. So basically, Mum knitted Nellie the stick man. We have since got a stick lady love as well, which is very cute, but she knitted it a few weeks ago, and I thought to myself, let's make this really fun. Like on the walk, she's always, when she's like dragging her feet, I'm like, oh, should we see if we can find stick man? Well, obviously in a nice way, she's never going to find stick man. So after toddler group, I decided that if we take Stickman and hide him under the pushchair, if I walk ahead slightly, I can just place him somewhere and he will suddenly be there when Nellie walks past, and I can be like, oh my gosh, look, you know, like that. Sounds like a great plan, doesn't it? However, she gave him a kiss and a cuddle and said hello and things like that, as you would have seen. And then when I said, shall we take Stickman home, she put him back where she got him from, thinking that was his home, and wouldn't take him because she didn't want to take him away from her family, obviously as per the book and the film. So it backfired slightly, but never mind, it was still very, very cute. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Obviously it's been a bit hit and miss this week. We've done a lot of like getting out and about while the weather was nice, which obviously makes it look like we've done all these different things, but it's been the only thing I filmed on that particular day sometimes. So like we did the park one evening, we obviously did the beach at the start of the week, and we went up on the hills one evening, which you would have seen with the horses. They are wild horses. I am aware that one of them looks like it's not in the best condition, but they are wild. I don't know if they're Exmoor ponies. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that, but it's around that sort of area anyway, so it could be that they're Exmoor ponies, but they are usually well cared for, and that's the first time I've seen one of them slightly looking worse. And then yeah, on another day in the evening we went to Weston for take two, and actually got there while it was light and then walked around down and back. Nellie was fine for part of it, and then again she just didn't want to walk, she didn't want to be in a pushchair, she didn't want to be there. It was all just getting a little bit too much. But ended up meeting up with my cousin anyway. Complete like surprise. They just happened to be walking behind us, so yeah, that was nice, and we got to meet a new addition to the family, to our ever-growing family, and yeah, it was just nice. Nellie wasn't a huge fan of meeting up with them because she doesn't see him very often. I think she's seen him maybe like 4 times in her life. So she was very, very nervous, to the point that she actually, when we got back to the car, we said bye and got back to the car, then she realised they'd gone, and then she just burst out into tears, and was like hysterical. Like, I know she's quite anxious and quite shy, but I don't quite know how to get around that, because obviously there's certain situations when people are going to be around and stuff. So if anyone's got any suggestions, that'd be amazing, because she actually got herself so worked up that she ended up throwing up, which is why I didn't film anymore afterwards, because by the time we got home it was just like wash the clothes, like get her in the bath and all things like that. So yeah, if anyone's got any tips for like really anxious toddlers, that would be amazing. But yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of the week. It was actually a really enjoyable week. The weather was lovely. The garage renovations have been renovating. So that's part of the reason as well. Well, I didn't film as much as I thought I was going to, because yeah, they've been like obviously in and out and things like that. So yeah, I didn't pick up my camera. And I've also had a house tour as well, because when the renovations are going on, a lot of the time mum or dad or both are here, just so it makes it a little bit easier with Nelly. And also because when we want to go out of the house, be it swimming, be it toddler group, be it food shop, whatever, someone's still got to be here. And that someone is my dad. So I'm very grateful for all the help that I received during these renovations. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, especially if you got to the end, and I'll see you all next week.